When faith is at low ebb, when it's at its weakest, can just plain faithfulness keep the spark of hope alive? Herod is on a rampage, James has been executed, and now Peter is in prison awaiting trial. Things look pretty hopeless, but the church, such as it is, meets at Mary's house to pray. And they do pray fervently without ceasing. But is it their faith or their faithfulness that actually gets the job done? At this point, Peter is asleep, literally chained to two guards behind locked doors. Suddenly, there's a bright light, and he's awakened by an angel, and the chains fall away. And he gets himself together, and he follows the angel, past sleeping guards, past multiple guard stations, and then even the gate to the prison opens by itself, and he walks out. Now, until this point, he's in a daze. Is this a vision? Is this a dream? Could this actually be real? But when the angel departs, he realizes God truly has rescued him. He's done the amazing, the miraculous. And the only thing that Peter can think to do is to go to Mary's house. And when he arrives there, this young girl, Rhoda, comes to the door, and hearing that it's Peter, she's so excited, she neglects to unlock the door and actually let him in. Now, when she goes and tells everyone that Peter is there, that he's out, do they respond by rejoicing in the amazing thing that God has done? Unfortunately not. Their first reaction is that she must be out of her mind. She must be crazy. But when she is insistent, then they respond by saying, well, it must be his angel. It must be his ghost. But Peter is persistent in knocking, and they eventually allow him in, and he explains what happens. See, while they were in prayer, even though they may not have seen anything, even though they may not have sensed anything was happening, God was at work. God was working behind the scenes. And while we may not see this great degree of faith on their part, they were faithful. And God did respond, and God did do the miraculous, and God is glorified. Which brings us to the point for you and I. There are times in people's lives when the answer seems elusive. It doesn't seem to be coming. It doesn't seem to be on the horizon. There doesn't seem to be movement or breakthrough. And we know that faith is the key that unlocks God's promises. But when faith is at low ebb, does just plain faithfulness keep the spark alive?